Hi, I'm Kamala Ingrid. Welcome to Yoga for Bloating and Digestion Health. This class we will begin in Hero's Pose as we set intentions before we begin the class. Now let's begin by slowly taking our arms up over our heads. Interlace your fingers and lean over to the right side. Breathing and taking a nice deep stretch to the torso, and repeat on the left. Take your hands now behind your head and let's lean back, squeezing the upper back, and just feel that stretch. Coming to a side torso twist. Very good for your digestion. Just make sure you're keeping your spine upright as you turn to the far right. You will repeat after 5 counts to the left. Release and slowly come back to the center, coming to all fours, hands and knees, and allow yourself to come into a cat-cow pose. We're coming into now cat, and then inhale on cow. Do this about 5 breaths, inhaling up, exhaling round and compress the belly. Really excellent for digestion, so just focus on the flow and also syncing with breath. Coming into puppy pose, extend the arms forward and drop the chest down. You can actually bring the chin forward, but if that's too difficult for you, bring the forehead down. Also place a block underneath if you have a block to place it on your chest for a modification. Make sure your knees and your hips are in alignment. Hold for 5 up to 8 breaths. Coming down now into the cobra modification. Elbows are going to be pressing into the ground, palms pressing, engaging firmly in the core as your toes are pulled out towards the back. Interlace your fingers now and let's inhale and lift. Lifting as high as you can and engaging in the back muscles. Focus on your breath and let us release. Press the palms and come into a full upward facing dog. Here you're holding this pose. Your knees are off the ground, engaging firmly in those legs. Roll the toes under and into a down dog. Drop and bring your chin to your chest. Walk your feet up and down, alternating one heel up, one heel down, and take a deep breath in. If you want to go a little deeper, take the right hand or to your left ankle, and you're going to reverse it. This just takes it a little deeper, or just hold into the regular down dog. Really strictly up to you and how you feel going through these poses on a day-to-day basis. Bring your foot forward into now a runner's lunge. Hold it here, warming up, breathing in, and on the exhalation, prepare yourself to go into a straight leg. All we're doing is keeping the toes facing forward and we're straightening the legs. You can use blocks to make, if in case your flexibility is not the best. Twist, stacking the shoulders, release, and let's bring our foot forward, fold and hold. Coming slowly up into fierce pose, and we extend the arms up towards the ceiling, keeping your heels grounded, holding each pose that we're doing for 5 breaths, and coming into a spinal twist, taking the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, and twist as much as you can by stacking the palms on top of each other. Release it, fold forward, straighten the legs. Let's prepare ourselves now to come back up into our fierce pose, bending at the knees, extend the arms, take about 2 to 3 breaths, and then go into a spinal twist. Right elbow to the outside of the knee of your left side. Stack your palms on top. Release and fold forward, raise the head, fold again. And we're going to now gently step back or jump back, whatever feels comfortable for you. Upward facing dog and back into a down dog. Keep the belly nice and hollow. fish. Release and bring the foot forward back into now a seated spinal twist. Twisting to the far right, keeping the spine upright. Take those nice, deep, slow breaths. And on the exhalation, contracting the abdominal muscles. Release and let's counteract this pose. And let's come into now stacking the knees, go Mukhasana, cow pose. Here we're holding it. Again, you can place your elbows if you cannot reach the floor on a block, or place your palms on the floor. Let's release the legs, roll back gently, grab a hold of the ankles, and let's pull the legs towards each other. Coming and getting ready to come into an eagle pose, and we go to the far left, gaze to the far right, to your fingertips on the right, and ground the shoulders. It's a deep stretch, so some of you may find this difficult. Place block underneath or a pillow underneath your knees. Bring the knees into the chest to decompress. And let's come into plow. Hold the pose. Support your back. Straighten the legs. Focus on your breath. And then slowly roll and come back into seated. Hands on the floor. Step back. And into an upward and down dog. And we're going to hold this pose for 5 breaths. Feeling a nice stretch. Separate your legs apart and let's come into garland pose. We sit and we keep our heels grounded. Our arms come between the knees and our hands in prayer position, pressing those knees wide apart. Folding forward and walking back into a plank and back into an up dog and exhale into a down dog. Raising the opposite leg, bring the foot forward, and let's come into a twist. Let's slowly now bring our hand back down, straighten the leg, and let's fold. Remain nice and calm. Bend at the knee. And gently now bring the left leg into that spinal seated twist. Let's keep our foot flat. Lift the spine upright. Take a deep breath. And on the exhalation, gaze to the back. Release and let's stack the knees on top. And let's fold forward. Hold for 5. Nice deep breaths. And now we're going to roll back, grab a hold of the ankles and pull the ankles towards you. We're going to prepare ourselves now for the eagle. Slide your foot underneath and grab a hold of the ankle. Let's go ahead and now gaze to the far left side of your fingertips. And you can also, as I said earlier, modify this position by placing a block underneath or a pillow. Bring your knees back into your chest to decompress. Rock side to side. This allows you to just take your time here, roll up and coming back into a downward facing dog. So hold your down dog, bring the left foot forward and now go all the way to your right side and into a forward fold, wide-legged. Here we're going to drop the head down, grab a hold of our toes or the outside of our feet. And just take your time to focus on breathing here, engaging on that nice forward fold, not rounding the spine much. If this is difficult, extend from the chin to make it easier. Then inhale, head up. Exhale and fold. Inhale, repeat up, and let's bring ourselves now into our triangle. To the right side, we extend and come down. Use a block for modification and stack your shoulders. Take a 5 nice breaths here. If it's very difficult for you or tight, then hold it for 8. And let's come into a reverse triangle. I am going to modify it today in this video by taking our hand right on the inside of the foot. Inhale your way all the way up, and let's exhale, repeat on the left. Again, modification can be added. You don't have to come all the way to the ground. You can use a block or just hold your pose a little higher. Come into a reverse triangle and stack your shoulders as much as possible. Focus on your breath and then release the hands, coming back to the middle, and inhale, hands to hips and rise. Bring your feet in slowly for balance. Bring the feet together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. 2 fingers onto the big toe, left hand on the hip. Lift up and extend, hand to toe. If this is difficult, place your hand to your knee, and you don't have to go into a forward fold. Just hold your hand to knee and find your balance there. Let's open wide. And then we're going to reverse by bringing the foot back to center. And when you're ready, let's bring ourselves into a reverse. Keep your balance, focus, and keep your breath flowing. Coming into now tree. Let's repeat now on the left. Inhale and exhale, swan dive down. 2 fingers onto the big toe on the left and rise. Extend the leg, hold for 5 before you go into an external rotation. As we open up, in time you can gaze to the far right side in order for you to go into the full pose, but take your time. Let's go ahead and now repeat as we go into a reverse in this position, holding for 5 and then release, coming into tree. Inhale up, back bend and fold forward. Raise the head, inhaling, exhale, step or walk back. Inhale, up dog and into a down dog, holding again for another 5 nice deep breaths. Keeping the belly hollow, draw the elbows inward, drop your knees down into a child pose where we hold here for another 5. It's a nice resting pose. You can keep your knees apart or knees together. That is strictly up to you. Coming up into seated, bring your hands in prayer position. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Until next time. Thank you for joining me today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It's always an honor to be of service. If you wish to continue to deepen your practice, go to my app, Kamala Ingrid.